profound grief settles into the bones. It changes the way the air feels and the way time moves, leaving a deep ache that stays long after the initial shock has passed. Suffering reaches our very core, creating an internal wrestling match. The mind struggles to understand God's plan, affections are overwhelmed, and the will struggles to move forward. Overloaded, our instinct is to pull inward, withdrawing, shutting down, or trying to exert control. This withdrawal creates a profound sense of isolation. Where something precious once lived, there is now only a heavy, haunting silence. Relying on these defenses of withdrawal and control often pushes the light further away. There is a different, ancient way to carry this burden, one that involves bringing the weight itself into the presence of God. The scriptures offer a path called Lament. We see this in the life of David, specifically in Psalm 13. He isn't dealing with a problem that has an easy answer. He is carrying an ongoing, unresolved sorrow that he refuses to hide. We can observe the shape of David's journey through several distinct movements, beginning with a turning toward God. As the letter T appears, we see a heart shifting its orientation toward a steady point of light, even while remaining in the shadows. This shift doesn't require a display of strength. It is an act of dependent faith, the simple acknowledgement that God draws near to the brokenhearted, meeting us in the middle of the sorrow. David then moves to the E, expressing the pain. He uses phenomenological language, describing exactly how his reality feels from his limited human perspective. He speaks his experience to God without trying to edit or polish it first. There is a difference between complaining against God and bringing the reality of your emptiness directly to Him. This is the practice of moving toward the heart and interpreting its pain through the lens of truth. This leads to the A, asking for help. David transitions from describing his sorrow to a direct petition. He asks God to act, grounding his request in the relationship they share. God responds to the raw plea for the daily strength needed just to endure. He is not waiting for perfect prayers. He is looking for a heart that knows it cannot carry the weight alone. Speaking your unfiltered reality into the light demonstrates a profound, dependent faith. It acknowledges that God is big enough to hold the weight of your actual experience. Next, David addresses the cognitive battle in his mind, the R, or remembering truth. Grief often whispers that God has abandoned us, but David counters those fears by gently bringing the character of God back into his heart. Romans 8:28 provides a steady, objective anchor. It asserts God's ongoing sovereignty, even when the current experience feels chaotic. This truth holds the heart in place, while the feelings continue to churn. Finally, we reach the S, speaking hope. In the middle of the valley, hope often sounds like a stubborn, whispered choice. I do not feel hopeful right now, but I will trust you anyway. At the end of the psalm, David's situation remains the same, but his internal posture has shifted. He has anchored himself in God's past goodness and covenant love, even though the sorrow remains. Biblical hope stays present in the pain. It chooses God as the only reliable anchor while the storm continues to rage. Bringing real pain into the presence of a real God defines the very nature of endurance. This is the heart of lament. You are free from the pressure to have answers or to rush your own healing. There is no expectation for you to be okay while you are walking through the valley. The invitation is simply to stay near to God. Take the process one prayer, just one breath, and one step of trust at a time. The God who hears these prayers is the man of sorrows. Because of Christ, we know we are human grief. Our ultimate hope rests on the future promise, where every tear is permanently wiped away. It is an expectation of the world to come, rather than the immediate restoration of this one. Deep loss changes the reality of everything we feel. But by walking this path of honest lament, the brokenhearted are held securely by a sovereign God until all things are made new.